What up?
What to do, my boy? What you up to?
How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? You know
Doing
what,
good.
man? You know what we need? We need a better
What we
little
need?
one of those little countdown things. We need to get a fancier one.
What
I
what
feel
do,
like
what do
that's
you want it to be?
I don't know, just anything other than that. It's just so generic.
What you
You
want?
know what
You
I'm
got
saying?
you want like sparkles or what you want?
The sparkles and pixies and colors and stuff. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I
You
mean,
know what I mean?
yeah, I guess I'd
Uh,
actually be good too.
yeah, yeah. But as y'all people see in the title, we got a few things to talk about and some picks for this week. A bunch of good games on this week. Like TB was telling me earlier, this is probably the best week of football and matchups since week one. Out of all the non-con games and all that kind of stuff. So, some
Fact,
interesting ones we're going to talk about. It's going to be good.
uh, facts. So I'll tell you what I got real quick.
Yeah, yeah.
Boy,
Hit me.
got some
What's,
Arizona fruit punch. I got some Sprite. Got some boiled peanuts over here. Like, bro, like I'm ready for this show.
where you get them
Do you
boiled
want any of the
peanuts?
boiled peanuts?
I do. I need to figure out how to make them.
At halftime, I got you, bro.
All right, bro. Halftime. Yeah. Okay.
All right. Yeah. So I agree though. I like the idea of the games and stuff, but we had some cool news that we found out. So which news do you want to bring up first? How you want to start this?
I mean, you want to talk about how Tyler Van Dyke uh, wants to actually have a home stadium?
Yes. Okay. So
What
me
up,
and
JC?
Fishing both actually saw this, guys. What's up, JC?
My
Me
boy.
and Fishing actually saw this, and we want y'all's opinion on it too. Whether you watching now or you end up watching it afterwards, comment. Definitely. And if you can, hit the like button. It helps us out. Hit the subscribe button if you have not.
Of course, man. Of
But
course.
we thought this was pretty cool. And not because we're Miami haters. We support Slim, we support Miami, we support traveling.
Speak for yourself.
Um, but I thought this was neat. So Tyler Van Dyke reportedly said some words that basically compiled up to be he enjoys playing at away games more because the atmosphere is greater. And putting that into play, I saw some students from the University of Miami talking about this situation. People have said that it's only 20 minutes from the university to the stadium. A lot of the students are saying it's 40 to 45 minutes on a shuttle bus. And I'm like, fishing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sitting on no shuttle
Mm-hmm.
bus for almost an hour. To then watch a game that lasts 3 to 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours, to then ride an hour back. Like, not doing that.
Yeah, bro.
Oh,
There are teams in college football that have. Hold up, see, my computer's going slow. I pulled this up for y'all.
what's up?
There are
Oh
teams in the
no.
country that have off-campus stadiums, but
Yep.
Miami is probably the biggest as far as like brand name and everything that has an off-campus stadium, and it's kind of just a little bit weird because, like you said, it
I
takes
like the
40
way you
minutes
put that.
shuttle bus just to get to the stadium. I mean, and it's Miami Stadium. It's not even theirs, so I don't
I
know,
like
man.
the way you said that though. You said the
Uh-huh.
biggest brand name without a stadium. And that's true.
Mhm. Yeah,
Very, very true.
it absolutely is. So yeah, like as you can see here, the comments. I like away games better. We don't really have a much of a college atmosphere. You're the best quarterback Miami's had in years. Is literally just said, I like away games better. We don't have a college atmosphere.
You know what's so
You
good
know,
about really good
man,
quarterbacks is they're leaders, and that usually comes with it. They don't mind speaking their mind.
look at
And
this.
wow, come to Miami, where the best part of football is when you leave, bro.
Oh my
Stop.
god, I just started scrolling. Yeah, here we go,
What's up,
TV.
man?
Look at this. Look at this.
God dang, we got to go past the Country Club, Opelika, North Miami, Miami
Literally.
Shores. Hey, we stop at the gas station right here. Then we're gonna pass Wildwood, Little Havana. Oh, we're stopping at another gas station. Coral Gables. Oh, hey guys, we're here. Oh man, the game over with.
Shit, yeah, these players probably taking naps on the shuttle bus on the way there. I mean, that's how like, bro.
What?
Yeah, that's tough.
So what
Now,
I'm gonna
so
do is
go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna play the audio of him talking. I haven't heard it. I haven't heard it yet. I just
I haven't
saw
heard it either. Let's do it.
kind of
What's up,
what he
Mayhem? What's
said.
up, buddy?
Like, yeah. Shout out to these beautiful people
These
that love
fine
to
people in
come
here.
up and
Yeah.
chill with us, man. All right, here we go. You ready?
These my people, man.
All right, here we go.
You like home games better or away games?
I like away games better.
Same.
Did they just become best friends? Yep.
Most quarterbacks say that, yeah.
We don't really have much of a college atmosphere because we play at Hard Rock, so we're about 45 minutes away from campus. So a lot of students will go up and watch the game, unless it's like a big game. But that's why I like going into away stadiums and seeing that college atmosphere and playing there and making the.
You like home games
Wow.
I like away games better.
That man straight up just said that.
Straight up just said that. That's crazy. The right answer would be, I like going away. It's a challenge. Crowd noise is a challenge and blah, blah, blah. No, that man straight up said, Miami doesn't have a college atmosphere.
Oh, yeah, agreed. He didn't beat around the bush. Zona, I have to agree. He said, the TB and Fishing show rules. Saturday's show was on fire. It was.
It was on fire, all right. It was
definitely got a little crazy. It was one of those candles that when you blow it out, it comes back. You're like, dang,
Yeah.
you keep trying to blow it out and the fire keep coming back.
Pretty much, yeah. And the candle in that situation was NC State, man.
Well,
No,
I did not know NC State man is True Seminoles' roommate.
Bro.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
That's
facts,
crazy.
bro.
Yeah.
But now let's be real about this though. So even if Miami built a stadium, there's nowhere around the campus for them unless they tear shit down. There's nowhere around the campus just because there's no room. It's just Miami. It's heavily what's the word? Citied?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Condensed. Yeah.
Yeah, right. So there's no room for them. They would even if they built a home stadium, they would have to travel to it. And like I said earlier about there's other teams with off campus stadiums. That's fine. But what he said is completely true. It's college atmosphere. It's not just the home crowd or where the stadium is. It depends on the atmosphere in college football because that's really everything as far as going to games. There's not many NFL teams that have that kind of atmosphere, or really any other sport in the country that have the atmosphere of college football. So it's really important.
They asked Joe Burrow last year what he thought, which one was different, which one was a bigger atmosphere, louder, and Joe Burrow said college, hands down. Like it's not even close.
Yeah. The only thing I could say maybe is like Patriot stadiums or the Chiefs. The Chiefs have a really big stadium and they fill it up. But other than that, I mean, there's the Bills. Yeah, I mean, there is some NFL teams. Don't get me wrong, but it's nothing like college. It's just really not.
No, I like that. And so, anyways, we just wanted to start out with the Tyler Van Dyke deal. Yeah, I just said the same thing, Jacob. Buffalo Bills games are crazy.
Yeah.
He basically said, I don't like playing home games because it's not a college atmosphere. Yeah, agree, JC. That's what we're saying.
That's exactly what he said.
So I think that is what's so exciting about being fan of the teams that we are, whether it's me with Georgia, Fishing with Florida, even Jacob with Alabama. Like, if you go to a home game at those places, it's going to be live.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you get there an hour before the game because you want to see the stadium pile up. You want to see it fill up. You want to see people, doing the chants and, all the little. I know, like at Georgia, they do this thing where they come out there and half of the stadium does go, the other half, Bulldogs or Georgia Bulldogs. And it's like, at first I thought it was like kind of cheesy because I'm like, oh, okay. But then the more it goes, the louder it gets. And you start feeling cold chill and you're like, there's almost 100,000 people here. Like,
yeah. Have you seen those decibel readings where they take like one of those things out there in the crowd and they read like 90 plus or something? It's crazy.
It almost close to an earthquake type deal.
Yeah, it's nuts. It's nuts. But yeah, I mean that was just the whole point of that. Some people don't think Miami, some Miami fans don't think they need a stadium, but that comment alone just shows you, it does matter in college football. So that's just my thoughts on it.
I guess before we move on, I do want to ask you, so I know what direction. Wait, can you hear me?
Yeah. You good?
My mic right here is on red.
No, I can hear you.
So does that mean it's going through the laptop? Can you hear me okay?
Yeah. Yeah, you sound the same.
Okay, I still sound like TB,
You sound like TB. Yeah.
the real
The-
TB.
well, nah, you sound good.
Okay, just making sure, dude. Okay.
Yeah, no,
Anyways,
you can.
so do you want to bring up the bombshell, the next part, or do you want to go to previews and then go to that? How do you want to do this?
I don't know, man. Bombshell kind of sounds good.
I mean, yeah, I'm down with it. Okay. All right, guys. So
So-
this was something me and Fishing were super excited about because we've talked about this a lot. Okay.
Everybody
And
has. Everywhere.
yes, but not many people think that it was even close to coming true. Reports today that Georgia Tech is in touch or has been in touch with Neon Deion about coaching at Georgia Tech. Now, the reports have been they just contacted him, and the other reports have been they contacted him about setting up a meeting. And in all reality, it doesn't matter what they did. If they just called to say, "Hey, Dion, we like what you're doing," and then hung up and then ran away, like the fact is, Georgia Tech is interested.
Why would they not be? You know? Yeah. So this one's really interesting because when you think about it in a broad spectrum, I'm sitting here I'm like, no, it's not happening. Georgia Tech can't fork up the money. They have, he's going to want resources that they can't provide. Like that all is what pops into my head automatically. I think today I saw, I forget who had said it or where it was from, but they want to do what Sam Pittman did. They want to bring him in and just let him do what he does. So I don't know. But getting Deion Sanders not only would bring in a shit ton of NIL, especially in the Atlanta area. The recruits would come because of the NIL and because of Neon Deion, and
Yes.
it would and not to mention he was 11-1 at Jackson State last year, so he's not a bad coach either from what we've seen.
Agreed.
So
And
I
he's
mean,
going to bring about 4 or 5 players with him that are all.
He's going to bring Travis Hunter, yeah, probably maybe his son, Shador, I forget who it is, but the cornerback, whatever. But yeah, dude, I mean, it's just an interesting story to follow. I still don't really think this is going to happen, but if it did, this is a power move by Georgia Tech. Absolute
It would
power
show
move,
you that they actually care about football,
which has been our question about Georgia Tech for years.
It's been Georgia Tech fans. That's been their question. Like, do you
Yeah.
really care? Or are you just hiring people to hire them?
Now, so in my opinion, though, unless he just wants to be in Atlanta, I think Deion Sanders could just sit around and wait for whatever job he wants that may come open, and he would probably get it if he wanted it.
I think that the reason that Georgia Tech sounds good is not because of how good or bad they are, but because of location and rivalry. I think the rivalry with Georgia is huge to be able to build that up. And then, like you said about being in Atlanta, dude, the NIL deals that he would get from all the companies and restaurants around Atlanta, like I could see that being huge, dude. I could see all of the celebrities that stay in Atlanta. I could see him. I could just see him left and right. Just
Oh yeah,
pulling.
dude. Yeah. And this
What am I drinking? I have a fruit punch, and then I have some Sprite.
that ain't no fruit punch. Is that fruit punch? That's grape, bro. Oh, it looked like grape. Fruit punch tea. The hell is that?
No, it ain't tea, bro. It's fruit juice.
It's fruit juice. It's corn
Yeah,
juice, bro.
Yeah, corn syrup.
This is corn juice.
But yeah, no, dude. I think it is a bold move. Will it happen? I don't know, but it does make me happy to know that Georgia Tech's at least thinking about it, because they may have guys that are like, I don't want this to happen. I don't want Georgia Tech to be some prime time, dancing and jewelry on the sidelines. Like, I want this to be a fine arts institution. And it's like,
a fine
Jason,
arts institution.
We suck at football, bro. We used to be. Shut up, okay? Yeah, I just see that happening. So,
do you have anybody else in mind that you think Georgia Tech would go for if they don't get Deion?
I mean, there's a lot.
Because they could really wait all season, really. And that's
Yes,
what they'll
but there's a
probably
lot of
do
coaches that,
regardless.
okay, like Will Muschamp. You know, South Carolina is not the best move. No, it's not, because South Carolina is like a little more competitive than Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech desperate, bro. So there's a lot of
Yeah.
coaches that are out there where they're like, "Hey, Scott Frost, hey, we'll take you. We just need somebody to help us do anything." Like you
Yeah.
gotta go after. But a coach that's on the rise and could get a pro like Dan Lanning and Brent Venables, coaches that could get the Oregon job or
Mhm.
get the Oklahoma job, they're not going to Georgia Tech.
Yeah, JC says he would like it. He's always been a Deion fan. Doesn't need the money. Yeah, he doesn't need the money. No, of course not. That's the whole thing. So that's what makes this kind of a possibility, because he's not worried about the money. So
He's just competitive.
yeah, right. So it just really depends. I don't know. Yeah, but man, there's a lot of. I know it happened last year, but there's a lot of coaches just around that are going to be moving again this year. I think if you're Georgia Tech and you don't get Deion Sanders, you have to go after just any coach with proven experience, like any good proven experience. And
there's such a flip side to that, because a proven experienced coach trying to go to a bigger school.
it could be Scott Frost though, because he was proven at UCF. You know what I mean? So it's a crapshoot. It's really a crapshoot.
It could be the Gus bus. It could be the Gus bus for real.
It could. Yeah, I
Because
don't
they
know,
like
man.
that whole option deal, and he runs not the triple option, but he does run.
Yeah, the beat boot.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, the beat boot. He runs the beat boot. Yeah, but it's interesting. Man, anything else? Since we're on this coach thing, I mean, is there anything else like anything you think about Nebraska?
Oh, Brian Harsin. I don't know when they're going to fire him, but it's got to
Yeah,
be
that
soon.
too. Yeah, that too.
Yeah, I mean that's the most embarrassing loss Auburn suffered at home in a long time, dude.
Mayhem says Todd Monken.
He's already in Georgia. Yeah, but I think Mayhem, Todd Monken, from what it seems, I may be wrong, but he's moved around to so many places, Mayhem, like a lot of places. He could have had his own head coaching job if he wanted it. I think he just really enjoys being offensive coordinator.
Yeah, and I think you're probably right about that. Keep in mind, because we go through these coaches like this, but a lot of coaches don't. You don't know what the coach wants. None of us do.
Agreed.
Some of them,
Well,
they're content with staying coordinators.
We know Will Muschamp really wants to be a coach, but accepted that he's maybe not the best one. But like we were talking about with Billy Napier, you were telling me you can't call plays, be the quarterback coach, and do this and do all this. Like there are some guys that go, "Hey, I don't want the pressure of doing all that. Let me just be the offense coordinator. I'll be the best offense coordinator to go down in history. Like let me just focus on me."
Yeah,
like
because he can sit there and just dominate at Georgia and just kick back.
Monken makes like $2 million or a little over $2 million, and it's like he deserves it.
He damn sure does.
He might end up getting paid more, especially if they end up going to the playoff or do something crazy. Like I could see them going, "Look, don't go anywhere. We'll pay you."
Yeah, with what he's done with Georgia's offense, which has been horrible pretty much since Kirby was hired, is nothing short of amazing. It's not like he doesn't have talent, but still.
It's not that it's been horrible, because we've averaged 35 points a game, 34, 36, but it's very predictable. The teams that we're supposed to beat, we would beat. But then you play a good team, and it's like it's hard to, you know what I mean? Monken he definitely dials up good play calling.
Yeah. You know who's on the rise, in my opinion? Well, in a lot of people's opinion, is the Kansas coach, Lance Leopold.
Oh,
he's starting to win at Kansas, bro. He's starting to win at Kansas.
Not just win small games. You're talking about like actually win.
He's winning. He's winning conference games. I mean, he's winning, bro. With no talent at all. So he's going to be one that's going to probably, if not this year, but next year, he's going to move. James Coley. Yes, James Coley was horrible. Yeah,
he was, dude.
Yeah, Mike Bobo, James Coley. Yeah, we're
Mike Bobo was a little better than James.
A little bit.
The thing about Mike Bobo was, we stayed getting in 3rd and long. Be 3rd and 15, halfback draw.
Oh,
3rd and 18. halfback screen. Like, bro, come
Yeah, let's run the ball twice, first down, second down, and if we get behind or make a penalty, well, let's just make up what yards we lost. Like, it's like,
and then
bro, what are
yeah,
you
exactly.
doing?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
ridiculous.
But the whole Lance deal, it's not fair to Lance. But what Scott Frost did, dominated at UCF, and then ends up going to Nebraska, craps the bed. So it was like teams like
Yeah,
Kansas, Lance is doing good. You want to hire him to a place, but is he going to be a Scott Frost?
I'm about to look up now. You know, it's funny you say that because every year that so Scott Frost killed it at UCF, right? But
Yeah.
every year that Josh Heupel was there, they got progressively worse and worse from Scott Frost. But look who's doing better right now. Which is kind of, I don't know, that's kind of funny to me.
That's a what do you call it? There's irony, but there's a word for it. Paradox.
It's a
crazy.
it's a glitch in the matrix. So Lance Leopold at Kansas was the head coach at Buffalo.
What up,
from
Trent,
15 to 20. That's crazy. That shows you how fast these things move. Yeah, he was the head coach at Buffalo. Went straight to Kansas, start winning games. What the hell's going on?
Nature boy. And in facts, by the way, that's exactly what I just said. Run on the draw. Shout out to Traveling as well. All you people showing up.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
I agree. That's kind of the craziness. But that's why we love college football.
Yeah, it's just so unpredictable, man, with all this stuff. But we'll see what happens. It's funny, Dino Babers. This year he's fighting to keep his job and earning it. Everybody had him on the hot seat going into this year, like you said, Brian Harsin. Any other SEC teams? Jimbo Fisher. Jimbo Fisher.
He's definitely underperforming. But tell me what you think about the Brian Harsin deal.
You know, so here's the thing. We talked about this a few times, but he hired a staff full of past SEC coaches, right? They didn't really get along well. They all left or got fired or whatever. He replaced them with his people, and maybe they get along better now. I don't know. He's been talked about as being like a hard-ass coach. But I don't know. I mean, he's probably going to get fired this year, which is really unfortunate because he's only had 2 years. But at the same time, I can definitely see it because he's not winning any really big games. He's not winning well in the conference, and the recruiting's not going up either. So there's really the problem with him at Auburn is there's no upside. There's nothing to look forward to. There's no positive, like there's no light at the end of the tunnel for him. That's really the problem with him.
You know, if this was back in the BC era, BCS, I would agree wholeheartedly. But now that playoffs are getting here, think of how many previous Auburn teams would have got into either the 4-team playoff or now that it's going to a 12. There are so many of those past Auburn teams that were number 5, number 6, number 7, number 5, stayed there just because of Bama.
Yeah.
Now you're putting both of those in the playoffs. Like,
am I wrong about this? Auburn is the team in the country that's beat Bama the most in the past. Well, in the Nick Saban era, is that true? That's got to be true. Or maybe LSU. Maybe LSU.
No, it's Gus. Gus definitely, but it was 3 out of 7 years.
Yeah. Well, shit. There's not many SEC coaches that have beat Saban. And that's what kept him his job for so long, too.
People told me, they're like, well, Auburn plays Alabama every year. There's a few teams that play Alabama every year. Why don't they do it?
Yeah. Yeah. Nature Boy says he's probably not a terrible coach, but he isn't an SEC guy. I probably agree. There's too much pressure on some of these guys that come in and just think they can coach. Brian Kelly, I'm talking to you. But yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that aren't meant, they're not made out to be an SEC coach. And hell, Billy Napier could be one of them. I don't really think that's the case, but it's tough to be an SEC coach. Eli Drinkwitz.
Where's he at?
Mizzou.
Oh,
Mizzou looks horrible. Kansas State beat the shit out of Missouri last week.
Jacob,
Adrian Martinez.
Gus Malzahn when he was at Auburn. It's
Yeah,
not going
JC
through
says.
your mind.
JC says, "How about Gus Malzahn to Georgia Tech?" Yeah, like I was saying, anybody if you don't get Deion, anybody with proven experience Georgia Tech should take, in my opinion, because that's just how desperate they are. Because
Yeah.
Jeff Collins is getting fired. He's getting fired.
Agreed. Zone of facts. Tennessee Florida game is going to be a good one. We'll find out a lot. So yeah, that's kind of where we are right now, and I hate it for Brian, but I'll say this. You know, this is no offense to Harsin, because I don't even know the guy. Just like I don't know Scott Frost, but they both could be driving that shuttle bus from Miami Stadium to the school, like in the future. When you're Harsin, and after your first year there, two former head coaches leave that are your coordinators. They leave. One of two things: you either piss them off, or they see that you have no future. They see that you're just not that guy. And that's exactly what we're seeing this year is those coaches saw what they saw, and we should have just paid attention to the proof. So, oh, well, maybe so-and-so untied his shoes when he was using the bathroom. Like, no, dude, they left because they didn't think he was a good coach. Both offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator. And then Harsin gives the excuse, some kids just don't know how to be coached hard. And, now that I got my guys, we'll be okay. Yeah, you and your guys just got that tail whipped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm just saying there's no excuse, bro.
Yeah, you get a really short lease in the SEC. I mean, it's you got to come in and start winning, or you ain't that guy.
Or at least competing.
Right. Yeah, and recruiting and competing. Yeah, you have to do all that. It's interesting. Mayhem just texted me a picture of a Twitter post from Deion Sanders to Georgia Tech, saying he was trying to reach them. Blah blah blah. I don't know if this is true or not. I've never seen it.
That's what I was about to say. Was it a real one, or is it something that somebody put together?
Whether it's real or not, it was from December of 2021. So regardless, I don't put much stock into it. Not right now.
Facts. No, I got you.
So I think we got all that news and talk and speculation and stuff out of the way.
Facts.
How about we do some previews and picks there, boy?
I'm down with that. You want me to pull them up?
You can, or I can, or we both can.
I vote both. What's up, Jay Shite?
I can put it on screen too. I am going to drop the link. We are going to try to legitimately preview these games, but I don't mind having somebody come in and out, or just whatever. I'm gonna put it in there just cause. But anyway, all right.
Just don't wolfpack us, guys.
Yeah, we're not getting wolfpack today.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
All right. You know what? Here, you want me to put them on the screen?
You can. I mean, if it ends up kind of buffering like it did, I can pull them up on my phone.
Okay.
Which I'm already pulling them up on my phone.
Well, I don't want it to do that then. So tomorrow night, West Virginia at Virginia Tech.
Okay.
Is this Neil Brown's get fired game if he loses?
Man, if you lose to Virginia Tech,
I'm saying, man, this is your get fired game right here.
Virginia Tech is terrible.
That would make them 1-3, and their only win would be an FCS team.
Yeah, that's
just saying, man. Virginia Tech, not too great. Isn't that Tony Elliott? Where he's at? Yeah.
No, he's at Virginia.
Oh, he's at Virginia? Well, shit. Yeah, anyway. Virginia Tech, not been looking too good. They got beat by Old Dominion the week before last, I believe. Just not a good team. West Virginia has to pull this out. They absolutely have to pull that win out.
Agreed.
Or else, yeah. It's a Neil Brown cliff jump at that point. I mean, it's a nosedive right there.
I think my favorite, I guess you could say not big game, but it definitely is one of my favorite games. I guess I can put my camera on. I don't know why I have it off. But hold on, I want you to see my face when I say this. All right.
Let me see your face. Okay.
Maryland versus Michigan, because Michigan is supposed to be really good. They're playing well. They were ranked high, and they just haven't lost. So they're going to stay where they are. Maryland has been playing well and has a high-scoring offense. To me, that's
Talia.
going to be the game to see.
Yeah, that is going to be a good game, honestly.
That's
Man,
Tua,
like you said,
Vaga,
Talia
Vaga's
Tabaga, whatever. Yeah, to his little brother, man. He ain't no joke, man. He can sling the ball.
Yeah.
See,
And he's a really good dual threat.
Yeah, he is. And Jacob Copeland's at Maryland. See, this is the type of shit I need to be looking up.
That's right.
I want to see these stats now, but go ahead.
Okay, I'll just move on to the next one. Big game, guys. Very, very big game. Clemson at Wake Forest. Wake Forest with a lot to prove still, even though people say that they're decent. They're going up against the number 5 team in the country that has struggled some, not fully, but struggled some. I'll find that out, Nature Boy. He said, "What is their run defense?" I'll find that out, big dog. But Clemson's
Maryland's
offense.
it ain't good.
Oh, really?
Nah, it ain't good.
Clemson has struggled a little bit here and there. Defense has been not questionable, but not what Clemson fans thought they would be. They gave up 14 to Georgia Tech, 20 or 21 to Louisiana Tech. So, of course they won easy, but a team like Wake Forest, I guess what I'm saying, if Louisiana Tech can score 20 or 21 on you, I think Wake Forest offense is a little better than Louisiana Tech. When you say fishing?
I would. You know what I heard the other day? I think this was on the ACC show or something. Wake Forest hasn't beat Clemson since like 1945. Is that true?
So you're saying there's
that can't be true. There's no way, right?
I mean, I don't know when the last time Maryland's ever been good. I can't think of it.
No, why was I talking about something else? I got my mind all messed up because I was reading this.
It's all good. I'm looking up the stats right now for Maryland on the run game.
Yeah, Jacob Copeland, 6 receptions, 129 yards. That's pretty underwhelming. He does have an average of 21 yards a catch, but
hey TK, what's up, True Seminole?
That's pretty underwhelming, though. Honestly, for him, I thought he'd be the leading receiver.
They don't.
TK.
They seem to not throw the ball a whole lot. Maryland does, but when they do throw it to Vagalala, he does 17 of 23 against SMU for 214 yards, 2 touchdowns. He also ran for 51 yards. So,
yeah, what's his percentage?
You said,
I don't know.
It's
not showing me. From what I've seen from him, he's really, really just accurate. He's really, really accurate. So when I was picking games or just looking at the Big Ten in general, I was thinking that Ohio State's offense and Maryland's offense would be the only thing that could – well, I was thinking that would be Ohio State's only loss because of a shootout type of thing, just because of how Maryland is.
Agreed. Yes.
That was my thoughts. Obviously, like Nature Boy asked, and yeah, Maryland's defense just isn't good, though. It's really not good. And Ohio State's wasn't either.
That's what I'm saying now. I mean, but heck, Clemson's wasn't the greatest. They've had multiple games of their quarterback. 2 games now, their quarterback's thrown for under 300 yards against subpar talent.
Yeah.
Not saying he's supposed to throw for 300. I'm just saying, how many points do they have to score to beat Wake Forest? That's what I'm saying. That question right there is what gets me. I can say Clemson's good all day long.
Well, Louisiana Tech talk about Wake Forest. We talk about their offense at Wake Forest all year last year too, because it was amazing, and they were scoring 70 points a game on some people, and then they play Clemson and they just get shut down. So, I mean, if I had to pick a number, I'd say 30-35. I think Clemson would probably shut them down again.
Like you had Clemson scored 41 on Georgia Tech.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Nation Boy.
35
I knew that couldn't be
35
true.
on Furman, and then they scored
35
48
on
on
Furman.
Louisiana
Oh
Tech.
my God,
I know. I mean,
that's terrible.
and they scored 48 on Louisiana Tech, but gave up 20. I'm gonna look up DJ's stats on that one. DJ 17 of 29. He threw for 220 yards. The running
See,
back
that just ain't
Shipley
it,
had
man. I
100.
mean, that's just not it.
Let me look up Wake Forest. What's their quarterback looking like? Mr. Ball Out. Mr. How You Mama and them.
He's Mr. Ball Out, all right. I think he had a little bit of a rough game last week, though.
He did against Liberty. They won by 1 point. He threw the ball 44 times, 325 yards, 3 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions.
Yeah, that's kind of rough. That's a little bit rough.
But I'm going to go to the game before, though, against Vandy, see what he did. Wow, 18 of 27. He had 18 completions, 300 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks.
Yeah.
God dang. So he definitely a gunslinger, and it's like, has Clemson played a gunslinger this year, or yet?
Nah, Clemson ain't played nobody. They ain't played nobody. They haven't really. I mean, Clemson really hasn't. They played Georgia Tech. Look, they scored 35 on Furman. They played Georgia Tech, and it was close going into the fourth quarter. Clemson just doesn't seem like Clemson right now, to me.
Maybe it's just them kind of getting stuff together, and I completely understand that.
I mean, yeah. I mean, you lose the offensive coordinator and the defensive coordinator. I mean, of course, you're going to, it's obvious you're going to take a little bit of a step back.
And I would think right now they're just kind of getting stuff together.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's probably true. Since we're talking about Clemson, who do they play this week? I'm trying to find it.
They play Wake Forest.
Oh, duh. See, okay, bro.
It's all good.
Keep me in check, man. Golly.
Here's another one. Miami.
When I multitask, bro, I be losing my mind.
You good, bro? I got you. I'll help you find it. I got you, bro. So
Miami I got it, bro.
Plays Middle Tennessee State. Middle Tennessee State is not terrible, even though they are a lesser team. And Miami, after coming off of a loss to Texas A&M, should be pissed off. I would think they're going to come into this game trying to score a good bit. I mean, right? Or
absolutely. I mean, shit. Looking at that game, me and you both watched it. The amount of wide receiver drops was terrible.
Exactly.
It was atrocious. I mean, they were out there, their leading wide receiver, so understandable. But I mean, the stage was just big at A&M, and that's fine too. I didn't think they would win that game anyway. But you got to catch these balls. Like, these are routine catches that they're missing.
They need to take them right down to their fingers. The mouse's ear. Teach them how to catch.
Right.
Now, I'll say this though. The thing with
what's up, Neo?
Miami. Hey, what's up, big dog? Thing with Miami, I thought this was pretty neat. So, of course, I listened to a bunch of Georgia pressers, like of the players and stuff, but I'll also listen to the opponent's pressers before and after the game. And man, they were asking Dan Jackson, our walk-on safety, who's now like a redshirt sophomore or junior, what are some things that Kirby's doing? Well, apparently Kirby's doing this thing where every player has to write down 2 goals that they have for the week, something that they need to get better on. So, of course, he wrote down he needs to be a better tackler. He needs to understand, recognize the down and distance more. And my thought on that was, I love it. But for Miami, when you just brought that up about the drops, that's what the receivers need to be. Hey, what are your goals? Catch passes. Well, what about you in the back? Catch passes. What about you in the front? Catch passes. Yes, all of you. Our goal for the week, Water Boy, what do you need to be doing? Catching passes. Like, bro.
Yeah, they better. Yeah, you're exactly right. That's what they need to do this week. They need to practice it. They need to put it on the field Saturday against Middle Tennessee, and of course they will. Mid Tennessee, mid.
Yes. But you're right,
doo Tennessee. Yeah, that's
now,
exactly what they need to do.
If they struggle against Middle Tennessee State because of drops, who do you start blaming? Do you blame the receivers or you blame the coach?
Both.
Yeah, has to be.
Both.
Can't be one or the other. I agree. Has to be. You cannot sit there and just call out the receivers for being bad, but then brag about how good of a recruiter Mario Cristobal is, and then how good the roster is full of recruits, and go, well, but just not the receivers. But no, you can't do that.
Yeah, it's no secret. Miami doesn't really have that much talent at receiver.
No,
they don't have much. They really don't.
But then I could say the same thing for Georgia.
Right.
We don't even have a 5-star receiver on the roster.
But bro, put me on Miami's team and let me run drills. I guarantee you I'm going to catch some of these balls. I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? Seriously,
balls, boy, that's what I'm talking about. Talking about professional ball catcher right here.
Right.
Bro. Yeah.
No, but really though, I mean, you expect these players to get coached up and through practice and off season and stuff to catch these things, but it just looked abysmal.
You had a whole off season to work on stuff, bro. Like it's almost like what have you been doing? What have the receivers been doing?
Blocking.
Yeah, exactly. Like, is that
maybe?
Is that what you've been doing? That's a tough one, dude. Anyways, all right, I'll shut up. True Seminole, those are facts. Jay Shipes, we will talk about that in just a second.
What'd he say?
Talking about the Stetson deal. I still don't want to buy into it yet, but I do. It's hard to argue against, even being a Georgia fan. But all right, next on the list, I think you know a little something about this team. 3:30. I believe it's game day, if I'm correct. Florida at Tennessee.
What you want to know? What you want to know, my boy? What do
you feel?
All right, well, let's pick this game. Tell me your thoughts, and then I will tell you my thoughts on this game.
Florida versus Tennessee?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go Tennessee by 10. And the reason why I'm not going 2 touchdowns, because anybody be like, oh, Tennessee's a high-scoring offense. I've told you this. I've told multiple people this. I don't have enough footage on Florida to know yet. AR-15, he may just not be getting stuff together. They just might not be clicking. But if he clicks, they're going to be harder to play. They are going to be a lot harder to play than people think. They've got players. They've got a defense. They've got, dude, that's a team you don't want to play if they're clicking on all cylinders. At least Tennessee, it's going to be a shootout, a team with not a lot of defense.
Mm-hmm.
But Florida, they're clicking on offense. They actually have a defense.
What to do, ECG? What's up, my man?
What's up?
All right, so you're picking Tennessee. Man. Look, I love this because this is what everybody said before Utah game. And everybody's going to look at USF game last week, and they're going to say, yeah, Florida's going to get blown the hell out. That's what everybody's going to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that, bro. Me and him were messing with you about that. Talking about TV. No, but so, yeah, everybody's going to overreact, and that's fine. I mean, that's what you do. You take what you see, and then you try to incorporate it to what you think. But so, look, this is going to be a hard game for Florida, and I don't think Florida will win this game. But if Florida does, there is a recipe for it. Florida's run game is really, really good. Billy Napier has not scored over 31 points on any team this year, and he only scored 31 last week against USF. He doesn't run the scoreboard up. He runs clock. He runs the ball. That's just what he does. If Tennessee's offense can be contained at all, I think Florida can run the ball on Tennessee, chew clock, and make this a really close game or win. I think that's how it's done. Anthony Richardson, and just from interviews that I've read, they said that they're going to take a different approach on offense this week. We'll see what that looks like, but I don't know. I just don't know. I got to see it. I got to see Anthony Richardson. I got to see some deep balls down the field. He's only tried like 2 deep balls all season.
That's what I've noticed.
The best attribute is throwing the damn ball 80 yards. I mean,
and the thing too is him throwing deep balls. It made defenses have to back up, and when defenses back up, AR-15 runs,
or the running backs run. I mean, shit. But
they do.
Yeah, and in this game, I think Florida's O-line and D-line can manhandle Tennessee's. I really do.
Yeah, no, I agree.
The thing I'm waiting to see is how Billy Napier tries to coach this high tempo stuff, and if we're going to be ready for that. That's what I need to see.
just listening to you about it and then watching a little bit of Florida, I have AR-15 to me seems like much more of an up-tempo offensive quarterback because of all of his attributes. The fact that he can move with his legs, you could call the same pass play 3 times in a row. He may hit this side one time, he may scramble the next, he may hit this side the next. He's not one-dimensional. And to me, if Tennessee's defense isn't great, why not make them pay with AR-15's legs instead of doing designed runs? I hate that. I get, you can do a design run here and there, but I don't like the snap. All right, my head's down. I'm running. No, snap. I'm looking. DB's going back. He's covering the receiver. He's covering the receiver. I'm out. Like,
So does that, yeah. So does the side of the field opens up a little bit, yeah. And I don't even know how I feel about this. You can let me know, but he came out, Anthony Richardson did, in a press conference and said, yeah, after that Kentucky game or whatever, my confidence was shot, blah, blah, blah. I played bad and against USF. He pretty much came out and said, I know I played bad. My confidence was down and I played like shit. That's pretty much what he said. Okay. And it's like, well, the biggest thing you need as a quarterback to be successful is confidence. Really.
Yeah, we don't mind. True.
Yeah, true. Yeah, come on, bro. But yeah, man, I don't know. Like I said, there's a recipe to win this game, and it could happen. But if Tennessee gets that up tempo going, and Florida plays any defense like they did last week, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Agreed.
But there is a way to win, and Anthony Richardson can do it with his arm and his legs if he's given the opportunity. But we'll see. We will see.
Agree completely.
So, yeah, onto that point, I'm going to pick Tennessee to win.
Okay. All right. Well, I like that. All right. Moving on to the next one. We just saw Texas struggle against UTSA. UTSA does insurance for veterans over the age of 50.
UTSA.
But now they're playing Texas Tech, and it's at Texas Tech. I think Texas will win, but I know that, what's his name? Quinn Ewers is actually ahead of schedule. People are wondering if he's going to play this game. I don't think you worry about it. I think you still give him another week, if not 2 weeks. You don't try to rush him back.
Oh, no. He said 4 weeks 4 to 6 at the time of injury, and that was 2 weeks ago. So he's got another 4 weeks probably.
Another month, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's not really much to say about that one. I choose Texas to win that game just off of talent, but I'm trying to find a good one. Oh, here we go. Arkansas versus Texas A&M at Texas A&M. You
remember what happened last year? You don't remember? You don't remember? No remember?
Arkansas beat Texas A&M.
Mm-hmm. And Texas.
Well, Arkansas is a good team.
Yeah, Arkansas, good team. A lot of people are starting to shit on Arkansas just because they struggled against Missouri State, whatever it was. Look, man, Arkansas.
But these other teams can struggle, and it's no big deal.
Yeah. People pick and choose what they want to. Anyway, this is going to be a really interesting game because it's going to be pretty run heavy. Obviously, Arkansas has the better quarterback. A&M has infinitely more talent, but I don't think that's going to be a factor in this game.
No,
it's going to be tough. This game's going to be won at the line of scrimmage.
Arkansas is a better coach team.
100%. This game's going to be won at the line of scrimmage.
I'm my boy on here. Let my boy. That's fine. I'm going with Arkansas on that just because Arkansas is easily a much better trenches team, like in the trenches, just because of who Sam Pittman is. That's exactly what he was at Georgia. He was an offensive coordinator. That's what he was at Arkansas in the past, offensive coordinator. Like, offensive line coach. Like, that's what he does. What's up, big dog?
What up, my boy?
What's happening? What y'all doing, man?
What it do?
Just,
don't tell me you're over there eating chicken that's on season, man.
Yeah, look at
it. Thanks, bro. I'm
been over here eating boiled peanuts and
I'm a Tennessee
pork rinds and shit.
Oh, hell yeah, bro. I introduced my wife to pork rinds not too long ago, bro. Because, you know, half my family's from North Carolina, the other half is from Alabama, so I got nothing but like Southern roots, man.
Yeah, bro.
And I'm like, hey, you ever try pork rinds? She's like, that sounds gross. She's from Lancaster, Pennsylvania, bro, where they got the Amish people churning butter and shit.
That's where they got the juice, bro. The corn.
Yeah, they got the juice. You know what I'm saying? Had to try some pork rinds, changed her life, yo. I said, try the barbecue ones.
Yeah, shit.
Nah, pork rinds are pretty good. I haven't had them in a long time. I'm a boiled peanut guy though. That's it. That's probably the only, snack food like that. But somebody has pork rinds, I'll try it. But it's not something I'll buy.
I ain't had boiled peanuts in a long time, bro.
Bro, so there's this sandbar out here in Destin, Florida, and it's this pretty much this big flat. It's like 2 foot deep, crystal clear water, and they got you go out there and anchor and everything, but they got these little trolley boats that run around with boiled peanuts, bro. So you get on the radio, you call them up, like, hey, bring me some Cajun boiled peanuts, and they're the best damn boiled peanuts I've ever had, bro.
That's what I got right now.
Yeah, you got that shit out the can or from the gas station, man.
No, the lady at the gas station was selling them out of her car.
Yeah.
No,
what it do, man?
Yeah, man.
What are your thoughts about? I mean, what you think?
Which one was y'all talking about while I was connecting back to that?
Man, we started going over most of them, but we were talking about Arkansas A&M.
Man, it's interesting because like Arkansas almost lost to Missouri State, bro. Like, they didn't look good. So I don't know. I would hate to play a team after they almost lost to a team like that, to be completely honest. But then also, I would hate to play Texas A&M right now, where they're trying to find the right fit in that quarterback too. Yeah. So it's an interesting matchup.
I think the thing is, and Fishing said this, he thinks the game's going to be won in the trenches. I think Sam Pittman has a way better disciplined team than a lot of people, not just in the SEC, but in the country. They don't commit a lot of penalties. They don't beat themselves. It's almost like tennis. You know how the person, you let the other player beat himself. You just keep hitting it back. And that seems to be Sam Pittman to me. We're going to smash mouth football. If you're going to beat us, you're going to beat us. Texas A&M has not shown me crap to where they're going to put up 40 points on you. They don't even know who their quarterback is.
Hell no, they ain't going to put 40 points up on nobody.
Right. That's what I'm saying is, I'm not saying Arkansas will put up 40. I know Texas A&M is talented. I'm not crazy. But it does occur to me, Jimbo Fisher's offense right now is struggling. And if Arkansas goes in there and puts up 21 points, I feel like Arkansas could win with 21 points. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Yeah, it's possible, yeah.
Right.
I've been saying this about.
I think Arkansas is better than Miami.
Yeah, I've been saying this about Jimbo, man. He's still running that 2013, 2014 FSU shit. It don't work now.
He never wanted to adapt.
No.
And he got away with it for the most part, but now
he did.
You go into the SEC where everything's dynamic.
He was out-talenting people. He would just have more talent than you.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
That's true, man. It's almost like every damn team in the NFL has got a Jimbo Fisher, somebody at secondary or defensive line. He was a recruiting monster, man.
Yeah, well, he still is. Shit, and you give him some Texas money, he would start running with it. But yeah, man, you know what though? All these commits they got this class, or even these freshmen, they ain't gonna stick around for no 7-5 season. I just don't see it happening.
Not unless you start putting them in the game. You start putting them on the depth chart because you're building for the future, they'll stay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you told me, look, Fishing, you're a 5-star, you're number 3 in the nation at DN, East Coast, you were number 2 D tackle in the nation. Look, we might not be good, we're gonna struggle, but I'm gonna go ahead and start you guys. That way, by your junior year, we got a bunch of our young guys with experience, and you getting paid $500,000 a year to stay. I'd stay. I'd stay.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, he's been playing a lot of freshmen this year, true freshmen.
But
he's playing Evan Stewart. Evan Stewart's the best wide receiver on the damn team, and he's a true freshman. They got I forget his name. They got a guy at D tackle there. He's pretty much a starter as a true freshman. But yeah,
everybody else,
what What'd you say, East Coast?
No, I was saying I know you're not on Twitter like that, fishing, but like I'm on Twitter heavy nowadays, and a lot of people that like to play like college GM about stuff, they're like, "Well, how is Texas A&M losing and they had the number one recruiting class?" I'm like, "It's not the NFL, dummy. You don't just say you got the number one recruiting class and you start them dudes like right off the rip. Like a lot of those guys are going to sit because it's a smart thing to do is to redshirt players. You're not going to see those guys probably till next year, if anything."
Agreed.
You know, they got what 2 or 3 true freshmen starting right now. I mean, that's not anything when you're playing 11-on-11 ball.
Yeah, as far as them making that much of an impact. No, I agree. I think that's the part too, though. Jimbo, when you're talking about a freshman receiver is your best receiver, Jimbo not that good of a developer. He's not. And when he was at Florida State, a lot of his staff members, they were a big reason of why players were developing. So,
That's a crazy
not
thing
saying
to
he's
say
not a
too,
good
man.
coach. I mean, what are you supposed to say now? Dude just got the number
Crazy.
one recruiting class in the nation, and the year before he got the number 5 or number 6. Like, you got good players on the team, and it's like, are you developing? We're gonna find out next year if you're developing.
And not only that, man, even if he has a horrible year this year, they're stuck with him. They paid this man too much money. They're stuck.
It's historic too that he's probably gonna have a lot of problems against Arkansas, because even at Florida State, anytime he had a dual threat quarterback he went against, because it was the same offense he didn't want to run, that dynamic, hey, let's, read option, throw a little bit of wildcat in there. He didn't like that. And now he's about to get all of that in KJ Jefferson. And KJ Jefferson might be the Heisman favorite right now if you really think about it, on with everything that he can do.
KJ is the best dual threat quarterback that is a pocket passer.
Facts.
He is the best dual threat quarterback that is actually pocket passer.
I beg to differ. I said this on the show the other day. Michael Penix Jr. too, the way he's playing in Washington.
Penix been looking good, yeah. He has been looking good.
He's got sacked 0 times.
Now, hold up though. He threw for 397 on Michigan State. Michigan State got the worst damn secondary in the Big Ten.
And that's crazy because remember, and you guys remember this because you're college guys. You remember like 2000, let's say 2009 to like 2015, Michigan State was like known for their secondary. It was the no-fly zone when you had to play Michigan State. Everybody was scared to play them if you was a passing quarterback.
Shit,
oh yeah, it's
Michigan State.
It's trash now.
This right here, and I'm gonna throw for 400 minimum.
Facts.
What up, big play? Yeah, what it do, bro?
I mean, it was good though, because Michael Penix Jr. came from the Big Ten, so it was good for him to get like a big time win against a big school. But
yeah,
I mean,
hell out of Indiana, man. Shit.
He's one of those guys that like when I don't know if you guys watched the game, but he's a dual threat too. And for him to get sacked 0 times, he ain't got that many rushing yards this year. It's been more so like I need to get out of the pocket to make a move so I don't get hit. So I've been impressed by him.
I like
you remember that?
Basically, you're saying he's really a lot of awareness.
You
remember that damn game he won it by diving to the pylon, and the tip of the ball just tapped it, just enough.
Yeah, that's all you need.
That was wild. Yeah, that was good stuff. Yeah, I always like Michael Penix. Just Indiana. Just I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say about Indiana.
Hey, I was gonna ask y'all. Have y'all seen that? Tazy Champ, this kid in high school, that's like a monster. He looked like Ray Lewis. Hold on, let's see if I can.
You talking about the dude where he's like this, where he's
yeah.
I've seen that. They were talking about like what a high school player is eating nowadays.
Man, this shit was crazy when I saw it. I couldn't believe it. Hold on, click that share button real quick so you can see that.
All right. Hold on, let me put this on.
Chase Bryce said, or Slim Shady said Chase Bryce had receivers that catch
Holy
the ball.
Shit, son.
That's a high school player, bro.
Stop.
Slim, you know what? I'm going to play that video for Slim. We're going to try to hurry up because it's already 9:37, y'all. I'm going to let y'all talk about this until I pull the video up. upset alert. Bama is playing against Vanderbilt. What do you guys think about that?
Ooh.
Over under.
Over under 105 and a half.
No. Vanderbilt scores 10. Over under.
I'll take the over on that one.
I'll take the over on that, bro.
Give me 13. I ain't going 14 though.
Nah, yeah,
Okay.
I agree. I agree. They might get a field goal.
All right, I want to play this for Slim though. This is Tyler Van Dyke. I don't know if you guys know him. He is the guy at a school called Miami.
All right, Slim wants to
He
come on
plays
now.
football
We're
there.
gonna have to.
You
We're
what?
gonna have to make sure we got 30 minutes. All right, so
Here we go.
run it, bro. Run it.
Students will go up and watch the game, unless it's like a big game. But that's why I like going into away stadiums and seeing that college atmosphere and playing there.
That was Tyler Van Dyke, guys, from Miami. Basically saying he likes going to away games so he can see the college atmosphere.
Brought that up
Because,
on purpose too, didn't you?
He doesn't. No, what do you mean on purpose?
Because we already talked about it. You brought that up because Slim's in here.
Oh, I didn't know we've talked about it.
It was in the
Yeah.
title. Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's in
it
the
wasn't a
too.
title, man. I
Yeah.
forgot. Oh, that's my fault, man. I just
No, you
Said
wanted
that
to
shit on
smoke.
purpose.
Be careful what you wish for, because
Yeah.
you just
no,
might
no,
get
no.
it.
Look, did TB want to smoke or did your quarterback? I didn't tell him to say that. I didn't pay him to say
Yeah.
that.
Okay, go watch the interview and listen to the rest of the quote, because that's only part of it. He said he likes going
Oh, okay.
to other stadiums and shutting up their crowds.
You know that may be true because, well, if you're saying that, it probably is, but that it may actually be true just because people take shit out of context and post it up, and people like, people go
They
in
do
there
it to
and
me
get
all the
beat up.
time.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I mean, from what Van Dyke said is he was like a lot of the students don't really go to home games because it's 25, 30 minutes away. So it's like you can't take that out of context or in context or around context.
In that case, yeah.
He didn't say that students don't go. Student section's always filled at Miami. Try
If
again.
you smell, that's what he said
Try
in the
again.
video I just listened to. All right,
Try again.
well, we will. Here we go.
Away games.
I like away games better than name.
We just become best friends. Yep. Those quarterbacks say that.
We don't really have much of a
All right, hold on. All right.
Oh, you can tell that's been edited together.
A lot of
Stop
a
it.
lot of students don't go up and watch the game. A lot of students don't go up and watch the game. That's what I heard.
You like home games?
I mean, I can
What
play
it
it
do,
again.
Sora? No. We
We
ain't
have
got
about
time.
20
We ain't
minutes
got
till
time.
Pete go live.
We ain't got time. All right. I'm gonna let Luke Walker in here now. We can't get off on tangents. We got to preview these games. So we're gonna be
You gonna say that, but then say you're gonna let Luke in.
well. Look, I'm a nice guy. Okay.
I don't want you guys to fight, but wear gloves if you do.
No, we ain't.
What?
We
No, you
ain't
can't
fighting
do
about
that.
shit. No fighting. No fighting. All right. Next game that I got here, Notre Dame at UNC. And it's funny. Luke comes in right when I say that shit too.
I came in at the perfect time.
I know. Yeah. So, what do y'all think about that game? I think Drake Mays is playing out of his mind. UNC defense is horrible, but Notre Dame's defense is more horrible.
They
Notre
played
Dame's
good.
offense is more horrible.
They played good that first week, and then just like took a nosedive.
Yeah.
It's almost like
Yeah.
they put all their effort into it.
I think this game comes down who plays defense worse.
Well, Carolina definitely plays defense worse. It's Notre Dame's offense.
I don't know,
Notre Dame
bro.
at
Yeah.
At least y'all won against Appalachian State. They lost against Marshall, who lost against Bowling Green this weekend.
I know, man. Yeah, that was a bad damn loss. I mean, Notre Dame just has nothing. Nothing.
It was Maction time this weekend.
They have nothing at all.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
think we can
against
agree.
North Carolina's defense, they're going to look like 2019 LSU.
I don't know about that. No.
I still think they beat Notre Dame.
If they can't do it against Marshall, they're not going to do it against UNC.
Marshall's
Eh.
defense is better than North Carolina's.
They played better. I don't know if they are better.
Yeah, regardless, this is going to be a lot of points scored.
I don't know if it'll be a
Probably.
lot of points scored.
Yeah,
I don't think this will be. If you're wanting a lot of points scored, give it a couple more weeks when Wake Forest and North Carolina play. That'll be a lot of points scored.
Yeah, that'll be a lot of points.
That's insane.
We have still not figured
That'll
out
be a
that
fun
mesh
game.
offense.
So, what you guys have any thoughts about this game?
I think it'll look
any
like
key
a
points?
regular. I think both teams will actually look competent. Their offense will be so bad it'll make our defense look half decent at times, and our defense is so bad it'll make their offense look half decent.
So basically, what you're saying is this game should have been on a Thursday night.
Maybe.
I mean, matchup wise, they match up to make a really good game. To be honest with you,
Yeah,
I agree.
I'm not gonna lie.
Because they're both wild cards.
I'm
You
gonna
have no idea what you're gonna get.
Yeah, true.
I mean, you know Drake May's gonna do his thing, but you have no idea.
I think our offense will be able to put up points on Notre Dame. It's just how good will our defense play, or how bad will their offense play?
I think even though your defense will be
It's probably
terrible,
not very good.
I think the offense will put up the number of points you need to win.
I think if we put up 40 points in the game, we win, because I don't think Notre Dame could put up 40 on anybody.
Yeah, I agree. I would agree with that.
I don't think they have.
I don't know. North Carolina's defense is bad, man.
Notre Dame's
Marshall
offense
gave
is
up
worse,
34
in my
to Bowling
opinion.
Green. How many did Notre Dame score on them? 17?
Yeah, Notre Dame is just bad, dude. They're really, really bad. Backup
Oh,
quarterback.
I'm not
He's
doubting
small.
that at
He's
all.
not fast. He can't run. I mean, he has nothing really. He's just not very
But guys,
good.
we just gave Texas A&M the credit after losing to App State. That's a pissed off Texas A&M team. So you're going to see a pissed off Notre Dame team.
Well,
They already
Texas
had the
A&M
pissed off game against Cal.
Texas A&M was able to make a quarterback switch. Notre Dame isn't.
Well, they
And
did make a
Max-
quarterback switch. He's just
I mean-
not as good.
Well, they made one because their starter got hurt.
Yeah.
But we've already seen him play. I mean, everybody knew Max Johnson could throw the ball better than King could.
Yeah, no doubt, for real.
And I mean, all in all, he still didn't look that impressive against Miami's defense.
No, he didn't. No, I agree 1,000%.
So here's another good one this week. I don't know I don't know about good. It's two big programs. Wisconsin at Ohio State. Wisconsin loses to who they lose to last week? Washington State.
What's the line on this game?
I don't know the line on this game, but it's got to be over 20.
Last time I checked, Ohio State was 17-point favorite.
Yeah.
I'd take Ohio State, and I'd take them to cover 21 or 24, to be honest with you.
I took them in the 17 in the little pick 'em we have.
Yeah, Wisconsin is missing their, every 4-year top running back. They're missing a quarterback, which they always have, an offense that lacks any type of.
Wait, did the running back get hurt?
Who's the running back?
Well, no, they just don't have that.
They don't have the Jonathan. They don't have a Jonathan Taylor.
I mean, they had the same dude they had last year, who everyone's talking about. He was only 17. He was pretty good. I don't know if their offensive line fell off or what. I haven't watched much Wisconsin so far.
Yeah, I know Graham Merck says he's not looking very good. I mean, even though in the COVID year when he came on, I mean, it looked like Wisconsin finally had found a quarterback.
We had that one game, and everybody's saying,
Yeah,
Wisconsin
but
finally found a
other than
quarterback.
that, he's been pretty below average. So yeah, in that game, give me Ohio State probably to cover pretty easy, to be honest.
I think this is the game that Ohio State really opens up the bag.
Yeah,
I really do.
Yeah, well, the first big opponent, that they actually do it to. They scored 70 on Toledo last week. So
I mean,
They
the
didn't
West
have much
always
success
gets
against
dunked
Notre
on,
Dame.
anyways.
yeah, facts. Yeah, so that's pretty easy. Let's see here.
This is a small game, but Duke at Kansas. I'm going Kansas in that game. I think Duke may be 3-0, but
They
I
are
still
3-0.
think
It is
Kansas is
3-0.
better.
Mm-hmm.
They're the classic
I still
case.
think
They
Kansas
might
is gonna
be
pull away
3-0 and
with
then end up 3-9.
Kansas looking good, bro. Kansas.
They are.
Hey, the trash
Shout out
bowl.
to Kansas for
The trash
Shout
bowl.
out to
by
Kansas,
double digits in overtime.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You almost
Kansas
never
might
see
make a
that.
bowl game this year.
Yeah. I think Kansas will. Shit. What's Kansas? Are they 3-0 too?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
They're already
you know,
3-0.
they kind of gotten that.
Yeah, but how
little
many more
funk.
wins do they have on the schedule?
Well, they beat West Virginia. That's
I
not
mean,
saying
they're-
much, but
Their
you know.
quarterback's legit.
Their quarterback looks pretty good.
He doesn't know.
yeah. So yeah, give me
But
Kansas,
I
man.
have a trash bowl for you guys. Trash Bowl, Missouri at Auburn. Who wins?
Well, who cares?
I don't think.
Wow.
The
That's-
true
yeah,
losers, the true losers of that game are the people that sit through it for 4 hours.
Yeah, the people
the
that
number-
pay to be there.
Fact.
The number 6 team in the East and the number 6 team in the West facing off.
Hey, Fishing,
go.
that's gonna be
Sure,
like.
Missouri's number 6.
That's what.
No, I was saying, imagine being in Slay's seat because he's an Auburn's fan watching
I know,
Bo
man.
Nix
Slay,
score like
bro,
5 or
I'm
6
sorry,
touchdowns.
I'm sorry, Slay, but damn.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Missouri's number 6 in the East because Florida's number 7.
That's not true.
Ooh.
I might take Vandy over Mizzou this year.
I mean, I realize that Florida's my favorite punching bag. I get it, but how the hell is it that I got just as many passing touchdowns as Anthony Richardson?
Ooh.
Because you have
And
no
4
passing
less
touchdowns.
interceptions.
All right. Anyway. Shit.
Shit, they might as well trot my fat ass out on the field. Fuck.
You could run some triple option pretty good, I think.
ESPN set that man up for failure after putting a Vince Young graphic up.
Yeah, they did. Oh,
Well, I mean,
that's what they bought
it was
in.
some people in his own fan base too. I mean, Fisher was being realistic about it, but you got the nut jobs in every fan base that were making the Vince Young and Cam Newton comparisons.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they even brought it up on TV that he's a mix between Cam.
I mean, hey, he looks a lot like current Cam Newton.
Give me
I
one
mean, I'll
second.
give it to him. He's got a cannon for an arm, but he's got no control of it.
Yeah, exactly. There's no touch on the ball. There's none at all.
I mean, it reminds me of Michael Vick in his early days with the Falcons, or even when he was at Virginia
when he
Tech.
would just fling it. He would every single time he would just bullet it.
Yeah, no in between.
I'm trying to.
Boston College at Florida State. This line is what, 16.5?
Yeah, Boston College is terrible.
Yo,
Dude,
we
Florida
can't
State
tackle
better.
nobody, bro.
No.
I was losing my goddamn mind. They suck on defense, bro.
Their
Well,
offensive
it's
line
funny
is
because y'all's
terrible. Making
defense
me look
looked
like
pretty
an
good
idiot.
up until that point. The defense for Florida State didn't look horrible.
Safeties can't tackle. I don't know. Maybe I was watching a different game than you, man. But
D-line, Red Sea.
oh yeah,
Let
anytime
'em
you wanted to do anything, all right, we got to make a delivery on a Happy Meal. Just go up the middle.
Yeah,
and they ain't
bro,
tackling.
that was bad.
Hey,
but
last
Florida's
good one that
defense
I
looked
could
good
find-
the first 2 weeks too, and they got ran all over by USF. So
Yeah, but that quarterback was the reason that he killed y'all with the dual.
probably so, but
That
it
was-
it's the same thing. I mean, is the defense really that bad? I don't know. It played really good the first 2 games, but
I'm
and
not
by
gonna
really
lie,
good,
Out of the three, Miami looks the best. I mean, even though Florida State's 3-0, Miami's definitely looked the best of the three.
I agree with you.
State.
And I'm
As
going
far
to that
as talent
Syracuse
is-
game.
I don't know if that's for sure.
I'm
Yeah.
going to that Syracuse game, and I'm scared of Syracuse, man.
Are you a Boston College fan?
yeah.
No, I'm an FSU fan.
Oh, okay. You said
I
something about we
mean,
of Boston College.
Luke, I'm not trying to be a dick towards Florida State, but a 1-point a 1-point win against a bad LSU, and then that game against Louisville shouldn't have been close.
I mean, you haven't beaten
Yeah.
anybody. You just lost
I'm
to
not-
Texas A&M.
Not at all saying we have.
Yo,
But-
Fishing, what did I say on
also,
Saturday?
I mean, you could say, yeah, okay, we lost to Texas A&M. That's
Hey.
a top 5 defense, probably 5 years in a row now in the nation.
I said Jordan Travis was 1 game away. He was 1 game too much from not having a bad game. I know it's unfortunate that he got hurt, but he was playing terrible too.
Dude, please tell me
Yeah.
they're not going to play him against Boston College. I've seen like snippets of him working out with the quarterbacks coach, and I'm like, dude, don't do it.
Nah, he
'cause
I like-
Jordan
I like
Travis.
Tate.
I think Jordan Travis is good, but I think you're going to need him this season, and I don't think you need him to beat Boston College.
Yeah, Rodemaker is good enough to beat Boston College.
I think Rodemaker was he was not confident in his arm because you seen them wet noodle throws that he was making, and you seen
Yeah.
the cannons too. It was like, yo, what is going on? Maybe it
He
was just
started
like
off the
too
very
too
first
big for the
drive.
moment.
Yeah, exactly. Very first drive he came in, he noodle armed it, got picked. But I was gonna say this. This is a pretty good one. You have Utah playing at. Hold on, my phone just locked. Here you go. Utah, Arizona State. Arizona State just fired their head coach in Hermit Crab Edwards. So,
Ouch.
what you guys think? You got a
I don't
pissed
think
off
that'll be
Arizona
close.
State team?
It shouldn't be close.
Okay, it shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But Utah State struggled. Who was it? Not last week. May have been last week. It was either last week or week before. Utah struggled in a game that I
They
was very
definitely haven't
surprised
struggled the past 2 weeks. They lost to Florida.
about. See there, buddy.
Said Utah State.
That's the only. I mean, what?
Said
Said
Utah or
Utah
Utah State?
I think it's Utah State.
Utah or Utah State?
Yeah, which one is it? Because you've said both.
Utah and Utah State.
Which one of them's playing Arizona State?
It's not Utah State.
Utah
It's Utah.
and Utah.
It's Utah. It's Utah.
Okay. Well, Utah.
Nah, yeah, like I said. Yeah, I said Utah struggled. I'm trying to find the game.
It was
But-
they lost to Florida,
Yeah, they lost to
I know
Florida and they
that.
blew
I'm
the
saying
brakes
it was
off
a
like
game
Southern
after-
Utah.
but they've looked good the past 2 weeks after that.
Yeah, they beat Southern Utah like 70-3. And they
Yeah.
blew the doors
Yeah,
off
they
San Diego
completely
State.
killed them. Just slaughtered them.
Okay, I think that was the game. It was San Diego State, the one that I watched. The final score was 35-7. But I just remember at halftime, I know that San Diego State's offense was not very good. But just
Poor
watching
Clemson.
Utah State, I was like, okay. Utah State,
Called
I mean, they have a passing game.
You called
but
them
don't have a
Utah
QB.
State again.
Gotcha. Well,
Anyway.
all right.
Anyway.
Non-denominational.
Yeah.
Not denominational.
Non-denominational. But
All right. What y'all think
Yeah,
about
man, I-
Kansas State at Oklahoma? Of course, Kansas State has Adrian Martinez against Oklahoma. I
Well,
see
son,
Oklahoma
if you
State.
ain't playing
I
for
better
the
not
Southern
have.
Miss Golden Eagles, baby, you ain't playing for nobody.
That's right. Tell them.
Yeah.
Man, how y'all doing? I had to wait for everybody got a little tone deaf, and I could jump in here and talk. How y'all doing, you son of a guns? Fishing, basket. Those are the only two people I know in here. Oh, Slim Shady Canes, I've
What's
seen
up,
you
man?
too, brother. How y'all doing? Doggone it. Southern Miss and Tulane this week. Battle for the bell. New Orleans versus Hattiesburg. 3-0 Tulane's going against 1-2 Southern Miss. But let me tell you something, baby. We're the best 1-2 team in the doggone country. Go ahead and let's fight it out. Southern Miss is going to New Orleans this weekend. $3 beer night at Tulane. It's going to be on like Kong, but at the end of the day, it ain't going to be a video game, baby. It's Southern Miss to the doggone top, and we're going to bring the Battle for the Bell trophy back to Hattiesburg. And New Orleans, let me tell you something, ain't nothing good down there except for Bourbon Street and fine women. So we're going to come and take them all, baby. Let's go.
How's that volleyball stadium
I like
coming
it.
on?
Sippy, I got a
Hey.
question.
Hey.
I
Brett
got a
Favre.
question. Sippy, I got a question.
What you got?
I was told by it might have been an impersonator, but it might have been you, that Frank Gore Jr. is going to rush for 200 on us. He only rushed for 13. What happened?
I did say that.
All right. So we got a little over 5 minutes.
But see, like, here's the thing, y'all didn't understand.
Under.
I was just talking about the video game. I was just talking about the NCAA video game that Frank Gore was going to rush 200 on Miami. I put that in the description. Y'all might not have read that, but that's how that went, man.
It's in the fine print.
No, Peter.
What's up, P. Digits?
All right, help.
All right. So anyway, yeah. So Kansas State at Oklahoma. What do you think about that? Kansas State has Adrian Martinez. Adrian Martinez doesn't look any better than he did at Oklahoma or at Nebraska.
He living in
Oklahoma.
Taylor Martinez's shadow, bro.
Uh-huh.
He can't put it together. Nah, I think Oklahoma they gonna smack them in the face.
I do too. Dylan
I think
Gabriel's
Brett
looking
Venables
good.
has finally got them rolling now, man.
I do too. Defense
Well,
looks
I
better
think
than it
last
ever
week-
did under Lincoln Riley. Yeah.
I think last week is a little bit of fool's gold because, they blew out Nebraska, but Scott Frost wasn't there. And if he was there, that game would have been like 3 points.
I don't know about 3 points.
Stop.
Well, come on.
But that's also scary to go against a team that just lost its coach, and then they have all the motivation to
That's
come
what I
under
said.
their new coach.
Well, no,
I think-
wasn't that the thing
Yeah.
with Nebraska? Everything was within a score when Scott Frost was there, and as soon
It
as they
was.
fire him, boom, they get blown out.
And I blame you, Slim. I took Nebraska, plus 13 or whatever the hell it was. I blame you. You talked me into that shit. Talk about the close games and everything. You talked me into it because I
Yeah, but
agree
since
with you.
Scott Frost wasn't there anymore.
I know.
That was the
You're
kicker.
right. You're right.
So
But I
blame
agree with
them
you.
for firing Scott Frost.
Yeah, I should. I'm gonna write them a letter, bro.
No,
Yeah.
Dylan Gabriel looked awesome, though. Gotta give it
Dylan
to him.
Gabriel's looked pretty good all year, honestly.
Nebraska's defense is pretty bad, though.
Yeah.
They've always been historically not great.
Yeah. Yeah, so Oklahoma definitely by a lot. I don't think it'll even be close. Kansas State, who did they beat? Who did they beat the other week? Missouri? Yeah, Missouri. Killed Missouri. Missouri, terrible.
Everybody
It just
gonna-
means more, I
I'm
guess.
about to say everybody gonna
Means
kill
more.
Missouri.
Yeah, I guess it does.
You remember a couple years ago when Kansas State was in the top 5?
Bro. Yeah, I do.
Wait, is what's his name still at Kansas State?
Who?
Oh my thing. Oh, it's Kansas, right? Les Miles. He's at Kansas.
No,
He's not
Les
at
Miles
Kansas
is not at
anymore.
Kansas. No, it's Lance Leopold.
Where-
Remember, TB,
where
we were
was-
talking about
where
the
was-
head coach. He was at Buffalo from 2015 to
Where was
2020.
Lance?
Lance
where
Leopold.
was Les Miles at?
He was at Kansas.
He was at Kansas. He got fired.
He got fired.
Yeah.
And see, to me, that was a bit soon because Les Miles walked into a complete roster disaster.
They fired him
I mean,
for
that-
off the field stuff. They didn't fire
Yeah,
him for off the
yeah.
field.
It was
Yeah.
too much off the field stuff going on. They couldn't do it.
Plus, look at Lance Leopold. He's
Hey,
walking
hot
into the
tub
same thing.
teenagers.
Well, no, because it had already started to get fixed by Les Miles. Because the problem was they had brought in so many JUCO guys that it threw their roster off so bad that it would take 3 years just of recruiting.
Yeah,
just to fix it.
their roster was pretty fucked.
Yeah.
But Kansas's roster
their
right
roster
now
was
is not very good,
doo-doo
and they're looking good. They're looking good. All right, I think this is the last one.
Yeah, they're looking as good as they're gonna get.
I mean,
This
by
one
Kansas
will be
standards, they're
interesting.
looking good.
USC
That's
at
what I'm
Oregon
saying,
State,
yeah.
and people that don't know, Oregon State's been playing pretty damn good.
3-0.
3-0, 3-0 versus 3-0. Oregon. At
I think
Oregon
this is the
State.
scariest game because
Yeah.
you know
It's
why?
in Oregon State too.
You know why it's scary for them? Because Jake Hayner, if he had better play
Yeah.
calling,
Mhm.
he would have had more points on the board.
That was your pick, bro. That was your pick, man.
And Jake Hayner is awesome, man. And I think Oregon State's gonna give him a run for them. I think this is the first time that they're gonna really feel truly scared, like going into the fourth quarter. We're gonna go after the third quarter talking about, oh, this is a tie game, and Lincoln Riley, is gonna be looking at himself like maybe I've been calling the wrong play calls, and then he might turn up the juice after that. So
Yeah,
I agree with that because USC's defense still is not very good
yeah,
at all.
they're gonna be tested this week for the first time.
What? Okay.
Is this one of those?
they look shaky against Stanford at some points.
They did.
Is this an after dark game?
Wait, isn't
It's
USC
Pac-12, of course it's after dark.
their defensive
Talking about is
coordinator
it
the same
like
guy from
8
Oklahoma,
o'clock
right?
or is it 10:30?
Yeah. So yeah, give me
Game might not end till
USC.
10:30 in the morning.
Give me USC, but they're going to get tested in this game, especially on the defense. Oregon State, like I said, looking pretty good. We'll see how it happens. We'll see what happens. I don't know what the point spread is. It's probably around 7 or so in USC's favor, something like that.
Mrs.
You're supposed to know these things.
That's exactly
Yeah,
what it was.
I don't got
You're the
the
host.
host setting pulled up, but
Yeah, who's at home?
Oregon State.
State's at home.
mhm.
Ooh, so they got USC got to go to Oregon State. Ooh, that might change it a little bit.
Yeah, Oregon
I
State.
mean, but Oregon
And,
State's not a place where
USC
like, oh my
is
God, it's a terrible
Yeah.
place to play. I'm
If
so
USC
scared of playing
if
there.
USC
I
comes
mean,
in, it'll be right.
it almost seems trippy just thinking about it in my head that we're thinking, okay, Oregon State might beat USC because I'm just used to Oregon State being like Kansas and Vanderbilt.
Yeah, right. It sounds weird to say that they're good. But they
Yeah,
are.
that's true. But then also, there's some years that you look at their schedule and they win like 8 or 9 games, and you're like, who the hell they win against? and I went against Washington or Washington State and get all hyped up because of that. But they don't really beat good teams. They're definitely one of the laughing, the teams that we look at in the Pac-12 that we're just laugh at every week.
I feel bad for the state of Washington as a whole. They lost Chris Peterson and Sasquatch.
And Sasquatch. Well, didn't they fire him? No, that was Jimmy Lake. That was Jimmy Lake. Or whatever.
Hey,
Lake,
isn't
whatever
USC D coordinator the guy from Oklahoma?
Oh yeah, Lincoln Riley, in his infinite wisdom, decided to bring his terrible D coordinator with him from Oklahoma.
A lot of people like Alex Grinch, though.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Well, I can say this without a shadow of a doubt. Thus far into the season, Brent Venables is a better D coordinator.
Yes.
I mean, duh.
Hell yeah.
That defense, with the same talent, that defense is looking better.
Hey, we got one more. I think this is gonna cover all of them, but we got one more that's worth speaking about. And we talked about Georgia Tech earlier. Georgia Tech at UCF.
UCF by 100.
Yeah.
That's mean.
I mean, Seahawks so disinterested. He's not even watching.
Yeah, like I said about Neil Brown, if Neil Brown loses, who are they playing? Virginia Tech. If West Virginia loses against Virginia Tech, this is his get fired game. And this might be the same thing for Jeff Collins.
Well, they've already missed their opportunity for the get fired at 42-0, so it's a pretty good excuse.
Well,
I have Virginia Tech winning that game.
Do you? That's pretty sad. They lost to Old Dominion. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Slim showing some ACC pride right there.
No. Honestly, if that game was at West Virginia, I might pick them to win it.
Oh, yeah, it's in Blacksburg at night. I'm definitely picking
it. It's a Thursday night in Blacksburg. No, give me the Hokies.
Yeah, give me the Turkeys.
Damn, son. Ooh,
That's
boy.
a tough place to play.
About Venables, y'all.
It is.
Kind of show y'all how Venables changed.
I don't want to poke fun at Luke, but
Venables changed the culture at Oakland.
Wait, who's Virginia Tech playing?
West Virginia.
West Virginia.
West by God, Virginia.
West by God.
Virginia. Yeah, if it's a night game in Blacksburg, yeah, I might have to go to Hokies too in the close game.
Tough one, bro. West Virginia gonna be 1-4.
I've been to a Virginia Tech game. That place gets fucking rocking, bro.
When they pull out that Metallica, bro, come on.
Enter Sandman's gonna be blasting. Oh
yeah. Yeah, bro. Fire me up.
Well, I'm gonna say this before we end the stream.
Go ahead.
I want to say, thing about Venables that I respect a lot of him changing the culture at Oklahoma. You're talking about the defense looking better. They said there was a period for 3 straight weeks worth of practices. They did nothing but run the ball on offense and play run defense on defense. No passing at all, because he told them he was going to make them physical. And it's
learn how to tackle.
You could tell. Yeah, that's exactly what you're seeing right now. You imagine how sick that would make you mentally every day, knowing you go into practice and that's all you were doing is stopping or blocking the run or having to run like that. I love it. To me, like that's a ball and move as a coach.
And
so I just
to that, I don't know how they're going about it at Miami, but you're getting the same results out of that defense. That defense looks nothing like it did last year.
Physical.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed. You could tell against Texas A&M.
I love Leonard
Mario Cristobal will do anything. His defense will play physical.
I love Leonard Taylor at Miami, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And that West Virginia transfer is done pretty good too. Akeem Mesidor.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. So we're gonna wrap this up. UCF and Georgia Tech. Yeah, UCF's gonna probably blow them out. Anyway, like I said, probably his fire game.
Dude, I don't know.
They're not going to fire him until after this.
Yeah, I'm taking Georgia Tech.
UCF was favored against Louisville.
Yeah.
I mean, what's worse, losing to Ole Miss 42-0 or losing to UCF 40-20?
I mean, at least UCF's the 2017 national.
I'd rather score 20 than score 0. You know.
Yeah.
I mean,
at least
former
UCF won a national championship. Yeah.
Most recent Florida team to win a national championship.
Oh my God.
I can't believe they actually put that
Okay,
shit up
here.
in their stadium. That's what gets me.
Well, the national.
Well,
they'll
the fact
probably
that they
do
actually
that
think
for
they were the
the
best
fans.
team in the country that year, that's even funnier.
I mean, Alabama has 17 of those banners.
Yeah,
UCF have one.
Oh,
shit.
Well, let's be honest. Alabama's got like 12.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
No, I dispute their national championship in 2020.
I dispute theirs in 17. I dispute theirs in 11.
Exactly. So all of them are disputed now.
you get a national championship. You get a national championship.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start disputing their '92 national championship. I'll find something where that damn coach cheated to beat Miami.
Well, I heard that
God.
Jeff Webster played on the team last year or 2 years ago, so that makes that whole team ineligible. So
There you go.
I don't mind taking.
Was it grades or was he just out of eligibility?
I'm gonna say grades. I think he had eligibility.
I'm gonna go ahead and guess. Yeah. He said, "I'm gonna go ahead and guess." Yeah.
But yeah. Hey man, we need to shut this down, y'all, because Pete stream. He just came
Yeah,
home.
Pete finna go live, so we're gonna shut this down. We went through all things we needed to go through, I think, for the
Fuck
most
that
part.
Pete guy.
Yeah, that Pete guy. Yeah. I appreciate all y'all coming on, though.
Go
I
ahead.
appreciate everybody coming on. I'm gonna put a East Coast channel in the chat. Y'all got to go check him out. He does a lot of stuff, NFL, college, all that stuff. So,
Appreciate it.
but yeah, I appreciate y'all coming on. We got a good weekend of
And
football.
fishing's
coming
on
up.
Saturdays, man. Saturday
Yeah,
morning show.
yeah. I'm doing a show with my boy here on Saturday morning, a little preview show. So, yeah, go to his channel at least for that. I mean, do your boy a favor, at least go over there for that. But yeah. TB.
Y'all gonna have boiled peanuts over there?
Man, don't nobody want no nasty ass bull peanuts, bro.
Man, I just asked
No.
him, bro.
Nasty bowl of peanuts. What you talking about?
Some nasty ass
He's from
bull
Miami,
peanuts,
bro.
like I said. No, I lived in South
Grandma,
Georgia for
big
4
shit.
years.
I'm about to say you know all about
Nasty
that.
ass. I know all about some bull peanuts, and they nasty as a motherfucker. Stanking up my damn house.
Hey, bro.
Hey, that they will, bro. That and collard greens will stink up your whole house.
It smell like TB after Taco Bell.
No, you want to talk about stinking something up, bro? Come into the break room at work one day and put some damn chitlins in the microwave.
Oh hell no!
Ugh.
And then I had the audacity to probably put hot sauce on them joints and stick
You
it
better
back
go-
in
you
the
better go-
microwave.
Man,
Like,
Dude,
come
start
on,
the
man.
car.
Everybody was ready to kill him.
You better go
Everybody.
start the car and put that thing in some tinfoil and throw it under the hood. God. Jesus, man.
Man, that's the audacity.
Let that be the last thought that goes through your head before you try and go to sleep tonight.
Well, it won't. But
Everybody knows fish in the break room, heating up old fish. That's a no go
Yeah.
too.
that's like farting in the elevator, man. You just don't do that.
Unless
Unless
do
you
it
can get
without
away
people
with it.
doing
I'm about to
Yeah,
say,
facts.
if you can get a silent one out on the elevator, yeah, but
Yeah, nobody will know.
Nobody knows.
Somebody
you
at
do
work
Blame
one time was like,
somebody
"I'm allergic to the smell." Shut up.
Allergic to a smell.
Say, go home, clock out for the rest of the day. Make sure you put your PTO
Yeah,
in.
fact. Yeah, that's what you want to do. That's what they
Yeah,
want to do.
PG just says he's subbing you up. Yeah. Appreciate that, bro.
I appreciate it, man.
All right, my people, we got to shut this down. Like I said, Pete's show is about to start. Actually, starting after the music, so we're gonna shut this
All right,
thing
guys,
down. I
have a good
appreciate all
one.
y'all coming in.
Yeah, see you, East Coast. Luke Walker, bro. That's 2 for 2. We done had the Luke Walker on the show 2 straight, bro. I'm gonna get him a prize. I'm gonna get him one of them little stuffed, little rams, bro, with the hole in the back.
Little
In case,
ram?
he's feeling, just in case he's feeling a little tipsy or something, I got
Okay,
you, Luke.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I got you, bro.
You do that, bro.
Slim,
I'll be
appreciate
waiting.
You
to
can
see
keep that.
No,
Yeah, he don't want it. He said he don't want it, bro. He said
Unless
if it ain't life size, I don't want it.
Oh, okay.
yeah, you
Really
gotta figure
appreciate you, Luke.
them folks from North Carolina, they be stump broke. Luke knows what I'm talking about.
I don't know what you're talking about. Ace, bro, we gotta go, bro. We gotta finish it. If you
Ah,
will,
yeah.
though, Chase, sub up my boy Pigskin Pete to his Only Toes account. I'll be putting
Yep,
the
join
link
the
in the
join.
description.
Great feet picks.
Yeah.
Yeah, join
That's
the
that's the
join.
only reason I joined it for.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I'm saying when I go on his channel tonight is, guys, join
Yeah.
Pete's Only Toes account, and I'm gonna put my channel name.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put my channel link, bro.
All right, my people. We're gonna shut this down for real this time. Always thanks for coming on. You already know. And if to everybody watching, if I didn't shout your name out, I appreciate y'all too. And we out.
Deuces.
Thanks.
Deuces.
See you, Luke.